I think this election day, it started then when I looked around the room and I saw the other applicants that were from, just great educational colleges, and I think, some were not newly out of college, but they were, had work experience, and it was just a tremendous group of people. I was just honored to be a part of them. When did I first really realize the uniqueness of Coro? I think it was probably, I had the particular pleasure of being a Coro fellow and going back and being a Coro trainer and then serving as his executive director. So I learned it 3 times. So, and I think Coro has skills that I use every single day and have used every single day. I think it's the ability to listen first, take stock of what's going on around you, and then ask the questions. I'm thinking that probably the Sacramento trip in my era was the most exciting because at that time Ronald Reagan was governor, Jess Unruh was the speaker, and we had Houston Flournoy, who had been a professor at Pomona College and had taught a number of the Coro fellows, he was controller, and they gave us a lot of personal time. And it was also an era of a lot of professionalizing of the legislature. Well, I went into state government, and I think you can see from the Sacramento experience that I got to learn and see firsthand the amount of authority that the state has over our lives, for good and for not so good sometimes. So when I went into state government, I had the Coro experience to lean on, and also the impact of what government could do for good. I describe it as a public affairs leadership institute where it's very experiential, and you rotate fellows through different experiences, some where they've had familiarity and some where they have not, but all of these sectors are important. They play upon one another, and the familiarity gives one a sense of experience in all of the areas that impact a community. That, the confusion is part of the learning experience. I mean, my first experience with Coro was when on the first day I was dropped with my colleagues into the city of Burbank and told to learn the logic of the city. I didn't even know how to get to Burbank, so it was very challenging and very exciting too. Well, I think Coro has been a leader in looking for commonality and bringing different constituencies together to make change and understand that you may have to get to the core of something. You may have to let go of certain perceptions that you have, certain desires, but there is a greater good. So I think to the extent that we all want greater good in our community, we understand the value of Coro. And Coro does bring different people together. There's almost a sense, even if you come from a diametrically different perspective, there is a sense that if you're a Coro person, they will hear your argument. They will give you a fair hearing. And you are really trying to build good public policy, even though it may be different. Right now, we're very polarized. We don't sit together. We don't hear each other. We don't think together very often about how we can drive solutions. I think we do need some solutions, and I think Coro can be an excellent tool in training leaders for the future.